Welcome to today's Mampara of the Day Award, and today's award winner is a guy that I remember from a mountain bike race back in 2011. It was a mountain bike race, 250 kilometers, that's roughly about 150 miles or so, and in this mountain bike race I was able to overtake this guy from what I can recall 5 times over the course of the 150 miles. However, he never overtook me. I just kept on overtaking him again and again. And wherever I overtook him was on a piece of terrain, on a piece of wide road that was dead flat and dead level. And then between this piece of dead level, there'd be a hill come down the other side and then level again. And for some reason, when I got to the next piece of level road, I'd catch up to him and I'd overtake him again. And then leave him way behind on the flat. Power up the hill, go down the next downhill, onto the next piece of flat. Lo and behold, he'd be there again and I'd overtake him yet again. I'm talking about the South African Minister of Health, Dr Aaron Motsoaledi. And Dr Aaron Motsoaledi was on this mountain bike race with me, and he was riding along on his mountain bike, and immediately behind him was an entourage of 2 Mercedes-Benz vehicles loaded up with his security personnel. And I can't prove this at all, but I'm pretty sure that every time the road tilted upwards, Dr. Motsoaledi got off his bike, loaded the bike into the boot of one of the Mercedes-Benzes, got into the car himself, navigated somehow around the hill to the next piece of flat area, got out and started riding his bike on the flat again at snail pace, which is why I was able to overtake him again and again and again, even though he was using a motor vehicle for a chunk of the race. But be that as it may, what has Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi done now to earn himself the title of Mampara of the Day? And he's got this, a little bit of preamble. Dr. Motsoaledi has a strategy to combat the 94,000 teenage pregnancies each year in South Africa. And he says that if the teenagers in South Africa can't be bothered to go to the clinics provided by the government for free birth control, then he wants the clinics to go to the teenagers in their high schools and primary schools. So far, all good. So where is the Mamparadom? Well, during his speech, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi made the following statement. And this piece of deep wisdom. And he said the following: unprotected sex, along with other factors, are the leading cause of pregnancy in South Africa. Go figure. Who would have thought that unprotected sex is the leading cause of pregnancy? I'm sure nobody else anywhere else on the planet had ever had such a thought crossing their minds. So thanks to Dr. Motsoaledi, now we know what the leading cause of pregnancy in South Africa is. Whether or not it's the same elsewhere in the world is a totally different matter altogether. But let's just look at South Africa. That unprotected sex is the leading cause of pregnancy. There are other causes as well, but unprotected sex is the leading cause. So that's the major Mamparadom. But Dr. Motsoaledi's grand plan has one major drawback. And that is, well, before we get to that, it's possibly that the minister's grand plan as far as distributing birth control to the schools will be that it's a way for the government to get rid of all of those noisy condoms that the adults aren't prepared to use, that are cluttering up the clinics all over the country. But that's a different matter altogether, and if you want to hear about all the noisy condoms, by all means check out Trevor Noah's video here on YouTube, and he'll be able to elaborate very clearly on exactly what the problem is with the noisy condoms. The factor that is unique to South Africa as far as the birth control issue is concerned is that South Africa has a thing called the child support grant that pays money to the parents of a child up to the age of 17. And this child support grant in many of the rural areas is the only form of income that a family receives. So if a daughter reaches the age of 17, that family loses the child support grant income for the family. So therefore, in the rural areas, it is incumbent upon that 17-year-old girl to fall pregnant and have a child in order for that family to continue to receive their social welfare payment, so that the family as a unit can put food on the table. That is why the child support grant in rural South Africa is referred to as the thigh grant, for obvious reason. So that is where the Dr. Motsoaledi's grand plan for distributing birth control to primary schools and high schools is going to be hitting its major snag, and that's especially within rural South Africa. So that's my take on the matter. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Motsoaledi is a worthy winner of Mampara the Day Award for saying that, for coming to light with the major insight that pregnancy, the leading cause of pregnancy, is unprotected sex? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thumbs up if you agree with me. Also, very importantly, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button that's down there. And last but by no means least, until we meet again, try not to get yourselves lost or killed, and I will see you tomorrow.